Here's the thing. It's July, and everybody tells you the planting season's over. It's not. But put the wrong seed in the ground now, and the first frost will call. Kill it green on the vine before you get a single bite. I've gone through the research, and only 8 vegetables are still worth planting this month. And it all comes down to one number on the back of the seed packet. Oh, and number 6? A little frost actually makes it sweeter. So let me tell you what that one number is, because it decides everything. On the back of every seed packet, there's a line called days to maturity. That's how long the plant needs from seed to give you something to eat. Now, here's why this works. You take your first frost date in the fall. You count backward by the days to maturity. And then, this is the part most folks miss. You subtract another 2 weeks on top. Why the extra 2 weeks? Because in the fall, the days get shorter and the nights get cooler, and plants slow way down when that happens. Gardeners call it the fall factor. So a plant that races to the finish in June will dawdle in September. That 2-week cushion keeps you honest. Let me show you the math with real numbers. Say your first frost lands around the 1st of October. You plant today, the 1st of July. That gives you about 90 T2 days. That's it. 90 T2 days is your whole budget. So every vegetable on this list has to finish inside that window, with the fall factor already taken out. Let me flip it around real quick. Want beans that need 60 days? Count back 60 from that October frost, then 14 more for the fall factor, and your last safe day to plant is right around the 9th of July. Miss it, and you're gambling. That's the whole trick. The seed packet and the calendar do the thinking for you. So the 8 that fit inside that budget are worth your time, and the fastest one, it's ready in as little as 25 days. So let's not waste another minute. The crops that don't make it, we'll get to at the end, and that part might surprise you. All right, I've split these 8 into 3 groups, so you know exactly which to plant first. Group 1 is the speed demons. That's radishes, leaf lettuce, and bush beans. Group 2 is the cool crowd. The ones a light frost only makes better. That's spinach, beets, and kale, or collards. And Group 3 is your last chance summer crops, summer squash and bush cucumbers. 8 vegetables, 3 groups. Let's dig in. Group 1, the speed demons. Start here if you got a late start this year, because these are ready before you know it. Number 1 is radishes. And nothing in your garden is faster. Some varieties are ready in as little as 21 to 30 days, 3 to 4 weeks, and you're pulling them. You sow the seed right into the ground. No transplanting, no fuss. Here's a tip most folks skip. Don't plant them all at once. Sprinkle a short row today, another short row a week from now, and another the week after that. That's called succession planting. It means you harvest a few at a time instead of 40 radishes on the same Tuesday. And radishes don't ask for much room either. Just a shallow pot on the porch will do the job. If you can poke a hole with your finger and drop in a seed, you can grow radishes. That's about as easy as gardening gets. Give them a sunny spot, keep the soil damp, and they'll practically raise themselves. Number 2 is leaf lettuce. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm not talking about those big, tight heads of lettuce at the store. Those take forever. I mean loose leaf lettuce, where you pick the outer leaves and the plant keeps on giving. You can start snipping baby leaves in about 45 days. And here's a July secret. Lettuce hates the heat. So plant it where it gets some afternoon shade, maybe behind a taller plant, or on the east side of the house, where the sun backs off in the afternoon. That keeps it from turning bitter and bolting to seed too early. And because you're only taking the outer leaves, one little patch keeps feeding you for weeks. You know, there's nothing quite like walking out the back door and picking your own salad while the store is charging $4 a bag. Number 3 is bush beans, and I say bush beans on purpose. Not pole beans that climb a trellis over your head. Bush beans stay low, about knee-high, so there's no reaching, no ladders, no strain on your back. They give you a crop in about 50 to 60 days. Plant a row now, and if you've still got time on your frost calendar, plant a second row 2 weeks later. Your neighbors will ask how you've got fresh beans in September. That's group 1. Those 3. Race the calendar. But this next group does the opposite. They actually wait for the cold on purpose. Group 2. The cool crowd. These vegetables can take a light frost right down around 30 to 32 degrees and keep going. That's a gift in the fall. Number 4 is spinach. It's tough as nails when it comes to cold. Some spinach shrugs off temperatures all the way down to 20 degrees without so much as a wilt. You'll be picking leaves in about 37 to 45 days. One quick tip: July soil is warm, and warm soil can make spinach seed go dormant and refuse to sprout. So soak your seeds in a cup of water for a few hours before you plant. That little head start does the trick, but the next one gives you 2 harvests from a single seed, and most folks only ever use half of it. Number 5 is beets, and beets are a 2-for-1 deal. You get the root down below, sweet and earthy, and you get the leafy green tops up above, which you can cook just like spinach. They're ready in about 50 to 60 days. Here's the tip: every beet seed is actually a little cluster that sends up several sprouts. So once they come up, you've got to thin them out. Pinch off the weakest seedlings and give the strong ones room to swell. Don't panic if it feels like you're wasting a few. You're not. You're trading a few for bigger beets. Number 6. This is the one I promised you. Kale, or its cousin, collards. And this is the one most folks skip in July because they figure it's still too hot. Here's why that's a mistake. When a light frost hits kale, something wonderful happens. And here's why this works. The plant converts its own starches into sugar. That's not an old wives' tale. That's confirmed by university research. The cold literally makes the leaves taste sweeter. Kale's ready in about 50 to 70 days. Collards a little longer, about 60 to 80. Gardeners up north will tell you the fall kale is the sweetest they grow all year. This is the plant your grandmother left standing in the garden long after everything else was done, still picking leaves when there was frost on the ground. Pick the lower leaves first, leave the top to keep growing, and you'll harvest right into the start of winter. So far, cool weather has been our friend, but there's one more group, and it's a different story. These are summer crops you can still sneak in, if you move now. Group 3, the last chance summer crops. The window's closing on these, so don't wait. Number 7 is summer squash, like zucchini. Now, you'd think summer squash is a spring plant, but planting it in early July has a hidden benefit. And this one's a clever little trick. There's a nasty pest called the squash vine borer. The adults fly and lay their eggs from about mid-June into early July. If you plant your squash now, your young plants come up after those pests have finished laying eggs. So the bugs move on, and your squash sails right past them. It's ready to pick in about 45 to 55 days. Now, one honest note. This trick works best in the northern states. If you're down in the deep south, there can be a second wave of those borers, so check with your local extension office first. And a little goes a long way. 1 or 2 plants will feed the whole family. Don't plant a dozen unless you really love zucchini bread. Number 8 is bush cucumbers. Look for the word bush or compact on the packet. Those stay small and tidy, so you don't need a big tall trellis you can barely reach. The early varieties give you cucumbers in about 50 days. Water them steady at the base in the morning, and the fruit comes out crisp and sweet instead of bitter and curled. And here's a nice one. Cucumbers are perfectly safe and easy for the grandkids to hunt for and pick right alongside you. That's how a garden gets passed down. And that's the 8. Radishes, leaf lettuce, bush beans, spinach, beets, kale or collards, summer squash, and bush cucumbers. Every one of them finishes inside your budget. Now, here's the question you might be asking. Why only 8? Why not 20? Well, I'll be honest with you. The rest simply run out of runway. Let me show you what I mean, because this is where the math does the hard work for you. Take peppers from seed. A pepper needs 100 to 100 furund and 20 days to give you fruit. Remember our budget, 90 TW days. The pepper doesn't fit. It's not even close. Winter squash, like butternut or acorn, that's 80 to 120 days. Brussels sprouts, 90 to 120. Melons, 75 to 100. And starting a tomato from seed in July, by the time it thinks about making a tomato, the frost has already come and gone. So plant a pepper from seed today, and here's what happens. It grows a nice green plant. It might even set one small fruit, and then the first frost turns the whole thing to mush before that fruit ever ripens. That's not you failing as a gardener. That's just the calendar. There's no shame in skipping them. Don't fight the frost. Work with it. And that, right there, is the whole secret. It was never about your zone, or your green thumb, or how much you spent at the garden center. It's one number, days to maturity, measured against the frost. Get that number right, and you'll still be eating from your own garden this fall, while your neighbors have already given up. Now, before you head out to the garden, let me answer a couple of questions I know you're thinking. First, what if you don't have a garden bed, just a patio or a balcony? No problem at all. Radishes, lettuce, spinach, and bush beans all grow just fine in a pot or a container. As long as it holds a few inches of soil and gets some sun, you're in business. In fact, a pot warms up faster, which these fall crops don't mind one bit. Second, isn't it still too hot to plant in July? For the summer crops, the heat's actually on your side. For the cool crowd, like spinach and lettuce, that afternoon shade we talked about does the trick, and by the time they're growing strong, the weather's already turning in their favor. And third, what about the deer and the rabbits? That's the real reason a lot of folks give up in the fall. A simple LW fence, or even a floating row cover draped over the bed, keeps most critters off your tender young plants. Don't let them have the first bite. So here's your one job today. Look up your average first frost date. You can find it in about 30 seconds online. Count backward, subtract those 2 weeks for the fall factor, and you'll know exactly what still has time. Then plant smart, skip the rest, and enjoy a harvest when nobody expects one. If you want to go deeper and see exactly what fits your part of the country, I've got another video that walks through July planting zone by zone. It's a nice next step. Until then, plant smart, save yourself the heartache, and have some fun out there. Happy gardening!